Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for what is history. Truly, we are at as you know, the first ever final for the Northern Super League. This is a league that is going to be around for the next 100 years plus in Canada, and we in this room and those in the stadium that are joining us today are going to get to say we were here. So thank you so much for joining us all. My name is Matheson. I'm the founder and chief growth officer at the Northern Super League. I'll do introductions and a few words here in a moment. I will start with the land acknowledgement. As many of you know, we gather on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, and the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat people, home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. And Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. This league has always been about more than just a sport league. This game is about more than just a game. It is about creating a country where the dream of playing professional sport is true regardless of gender. It's about creating Canadian heroes and leaders. It's about creating a women's sport business and industry in this country. And in an industry we are world class at in Canada. Women's professional sport last year was $1 billion industry. Now it's a $2.4 billion industry. And in Canada, I hope you folks know we live in one of the best women's sport countries in the world. And you can see it with ourselves, with the PWHL, with WNBA Canada. It's new, but growing quickly, the fastest growing area of sport. And I am telling you, come back to me by 2030, this is going to be $1 billion industry in Canada, creating jobs, creating sport pathways, creating inspiration, all the things. I can think of nothing better than no better nation building project. And I'm honored to be on the stage with everyone here that I know shares those values. It's such an honor to be with everyone here today. I'd like to start by announcing someone I've known for, 15 years now, maybe. Adam Van Koeverden, our Secretary of Sport. He's someone I met way back, I think around the 2008 Olympics. I was the new kid on the block. I think he already had a medal or two at that point. And I introduced myself and I said, hey, can I pick your brain? I'd love to learn about the world of being an athlete. And he was generous with his time then. And today I can say I'm so proud to watch him work and the way that he's been advocating for sport in this country. It has been a pleasure to watch, and I'm so proud to know him. So, no further ado, Secretary of State for Sport and Member of Parliament for Burlington North, Milton West, Adam Van Koeverden.
Wow, good afternoon, everybody. I have a little chill running up my spine right now and a little tear in my eye because somebody that I've always considered a big sister, now a little sister, Diana Matheson, has really done something amazing. And we're all here to celebrate that, take it all in, and enjoy the fruit of all of that extraordinary labor. Bonjour tout le monde, je m'appelle Adam Van Koeverden, je suis le député pour Burlington North Milton West, et aussi le secrétaire d'État pour sport, et quelle grande occasion aujourd'hui. Sport is about so much more than scoring points, winning medals, or going abroad to compete for our country. It truly brings our communities together in a unique way. It inspires us all. It is great for our economy. It's great for our health. It's also an awesome way to do diplomacy abroad. When we get to host amazing events that are international in focus, we bring people here to Canada to demonstrate and to showcase what Canada has to offer. This is Canada's first ever professional women's sports league, and it has been an absolute hit all year. I read your financial numbers that you put out there a couple of days ago in the news. Like, congratulations, Christina, Diana, to the entire team. Extraordinary, just extraordinary. Some things that I was supposed to say that I should probably read, but I remember the buzz around the FIFA Women's World Cup 10 years ago, and appreciating that we were already as a nation Olympic medalists in a sport that we didn't have a professional league in. And those coffee meetings in Oakville, Diana didn't mention this, but one of the reasons we were able to get together, we're both from Oakville, Ontario. I also played for the Oakville Soccer Club, but nobody needs to know that, and nobody needs to care. But it was a natural place for us to sit down and talk about our experiences thus far And when we were both done our sports careers after the 2016 games, we chatted about this a little bit. And just recently, I was privileged enough to host Diana and a couple of other amazing sport leaders, including Mark Ohan and Christina Litz up on the hill for a meeting with some ministers, and that's why we're here today. So sport is an amazing driver of our economy. Estimates recently indicate that it's probably between 75 and $100 billion. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of jobs. These are big numbers, and they show what we're capable of as a nation, and we also like to see more Canadian athletes winning. Just as important as athletes winning, we want to see kids active. We want to see people inspired. We want to see families engaged and connected in their communities, and that we know that sport is the best way to achieve that. We just put out a budget, and it's all about building, protecting, and empowering. And if you ask me, that could be a sport policy, because sport does all those things as well. So it's time to build Canada strong. It's also time to ensure that we're supporting sport at every single level. Next year's going to be the year of sport in Canada, not for the least of which the reason is because we've got more professional women playing the sports they love, that they're amazing at, showcasing their abilities, their talents for the next generation of Canadian athletes. So now it's my privilege to hand it over to my good friend and colleague, the Honourable Evan Solomon, Minister of Artificial Intelligence and Digital Innovation and Minister responsible for a Federal Economic Development Agency for Southwestern Ontario, who will be sharing the good news.
Awesome.
Over to you,
Thanks.
brother.
Okay. First of all, what a pleasure to be here. On stage with some legends who I love. This is fantastic. Diana, this is great. I will also, like Adam, have prepared remarks, but let me just say a couple things. When we first, I think Gregor and I went to the first meeting with Adam, and Adam said, this is, the Northern Super League. This is everything we believe in Canada. Building, entrepreneurs taking a chance, making sure that women have role models because they're the best in the world, and absolutely building our communities. And literally, it took about a quarter second for us to say, yeah, this is exactly what it's all about. Mel, of course, identical, same thing. Of course, literally, this was not hard because this is betting on Canada. This is building Canada. This is building a league. This is investing in Canada. And this is having role models. Let me just say one thing before I get to this. My wife, who played soccer growing up and loved it, and my daughter, who was a great athlete, still is, an athlete who's graduated university, they always said we need more women role models. My son and I, we had thousands of guys as role models in sport. And women, they grew up, they didn't have it. Of course, I'm going to just call her Sink because she said I could. Sink was a role model, Diana, obviously. But this is about creating role models, not just as players, not just the endurance, the dedication, and the skill, but also role models in business, role models to build this country. So it's a great pleasure to be here, great to be with colleagues. There's no one a better leader than Adam, who knows sport and is a great leader, stands up for his community, and we're here because of his leadership as well. Christine Litz, Diana, the amazing team. This is a phenomenal moment. What you're building here and why we're all here today is to change the game for the country, for fans, for women, for girls, and a next generation to see what we can all do here. Christine Sinclair, let me just say a couple words about Christine. It's basically impossible to sum up the level of athleticism and talent. And she's now the co-owner of Rise FC, for which I forgive her as a Toronto MP, but we'll get to that in a minute. But just thank you for helping so much. I have to support both at Toronto, of course. There's so many champions of sport, and there's so many champions of equality here this afternoon, and it is great that you're all here to support as well. This represents years of dedication. We always come to these moments and it's like, oh yeah, every day is a great day. To get to this moment, Diana and your team, dedication, belief, collaboration, entrepreneurs throw it down. It is hard. You never know you're going to make it. And working in the CFL and others, supporting Canadian Championship takes a lot. So to get here, let's just make sure we acknowledge this is the culmination of years of work and a vision. the Northern Super League is really changing the game, building on our amazing success in international soccer and transforming the landscape, building communities, and doing it all in the most enjoyable, competitive way. I just want to say one thing about, I'm the Minister of Federal Economic Development for Southern Ontario. We are absolutely proud, as Mel and Gregor will tell you, to support this incredible milestone in making the NSL Championship a reality. This investment drives tourism. It is a genuine investment. It supports local business, and it showcases women's sport. We understand this as a federal government. I understand this as someone who started a business and was an entrepreneur. So I'm happy to announce that we will be supporting NSL, and I won't, FedDev is, and I know the other regional developments are, in a very important way. So on behalf of Canada's regional development agencies, represented here with Gregor and Mel, the Government of Canada is going to be investing up to $5.45 million to help the Northern Super League grow the game in Canada. So we're very delighted to support you. This is a really important investment, and again, I'll just echo what Adam said. This is what we're talking about in Budget 2025, investing in businesses and entrepreneurs to build Canada strong. To develop, this is going to give transformative upgrades to facility improvements across the country for venues, a commitment to continue to explore new opportunities to support the league. And in Southern Ontario, this includes the intent to make investments to enhance the stadium and training facilities for the league's Ottawa Rapid FC and AFC Toronto teams, creating professional atmosphere and enhanced experiences for the fans and obviously for the players. So look, this is about shaping our future. We are delighted to support this. This is the kind of investment that matters. So congratulations to everyone. It's going to be a kick-ass championship today. Sorry, I probably can't say that. I support the league. I support the league. Et en français aussi. I support the league. But go Toronto. Okay. Okay, now I am. Okay, sorry, 6 seconds. I want to just introduce a genuine champion, someone who's, I think, one of the great leaders in the country, a true advocate. Also, every time you think you're working hard, Mel Joly is like, no. I took the plane at 2 a.m. to get here. She is so hardworking. She's such a visionary. And just like Gregor, when Mel heard about this, it was like, absolutely, she's a visionary. Let me introduce the Honourable Mélanie.
Merci Evan. Ben, ça me fait plaisir de vous voir tous ici aujourd'hui. I really wanted to be here today because I thought it was an important milestone. I wanted to be standing shoulder to shoulder to great women that are not only continuing their passion, but actually making sure that other women across the country will be able also to continue their passion. And so I'm extremely proud. And I had remarks ready, but I just wanted to talk with my heart today. J'ai fait en sorte que mon frère et mes deux nièces viennent aujourd'hui parce que je trouvais, oui, ils sont là. Je trouvais ça important qu'ils puissent venir à ce moment historique. My entire family is composed of 3 nieces and 3 nephews, and all of them play soccer. And all of them are passionate, and one is a referee, and another is part of the soccer team at the University of Bishop. And we wanted to make sure that basically, as they've been growing older, that they could have an opportunity. And for once, they have an opportunity, if they want to potentially work in the team and the league. And so when Adam came to us maybe 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, that was, yeah, I know, let's play it. And he said, you know, the final is coming, we need to make sure that we, you know, work together and make it happen. And we've been talking a lot about it, and we're really proud of our support to FIFA, but we also wanted to make sure that we were supporting our own women here in our country. And so you're the one who brought us together. And within a couple of emails, you had Gregor saying, I'm in, Evan saying, I'm in, and, you know, I was in too. And we're glad to put money right now where our mouth is, which is around $5.45 million. Et de notre côté, à Montréal, c'est une bonne nouvelle parce qu'on va pouvoir soutenir davantage les Roses. Les Roses en ont besoin. Les Roses ont eu une bonne saison. Malheureusement, ils ne sont pas à la finale. Mais ça va être 1,15 million de dollars pour aider les Roses, surtout avec leur stade. Donc, merci à Annie, merci à Jean-François aussi. And from the bottom of my heart, I just wanted to say thank you to Diana, thank you to Christine, thank you to Mark. You guys are fantastic heroes. And for those watching us right now, I really, really hope that you enjoy the game and you continue to support the league because we need you and all of us will make it a success. Thank you so much. And of course, you know, I was in his city yesterday and in Vancouver and he was in my city yesterday, Montreal, so after you, Gregor. Fantastic leader. Go ahead. Minister of Infrastructure, the Minister of Housing and Infrastructure, and in charge of facilities.
Merci, Mel, and good day, everybody. It's a fantastic day. As you can tell, I'm here to support the Vancouver Rise, first and foremost, but to support all the women who have... Okay. Actually, I'm thrilled to be able to support on behalf of everybody on the West Coast and Pacific Can, my team that invests in economic development. We see the Northern Super League as hugely important to our future. And this is in a city in Vancouver that hosted the final for the Women's World Cup in 2015, broke all the records for attendance. And as the host city, we thought we did a good job with the 2010 Winter Olympics and Paralympics. The Women's World Cup was transformative for our city, and it really opened our eyes to what's possible as a real catalyst. But it was a real drop-off to when we didn't have a professional league in Canada. And all of our amazing players who've been winning gold medals, who've been one of the top teams in the world, weren't able to play professionally in Canada every day and inspire the next generation and create opportunity in business. And so this, thank you to the team. The Northern Super League is a fantastic startup that is already having great success. I think it's a great investment, as my colleague said, to support the league, to grow and scale. So a big thanks, and here's to an amazing final, a crushing victory for Vancouver, and a crushing victory, a big success for the Northern Soccer League going forward. That's why we're here. That's what we're building here together. Thank you. Merci.
Thanks, everyone. I believe I'm responsible for bringing it to a close. I just want to thank everyone for attending today. I'm going to say two quick things. In addition to building a women's professional industry in Canada, building a league from scratch, we're also wanting to invest and build in infrastructure. Soccer infrastructure is one of the biggest gaps we have in Canada. We're a newer country to soccer, so we just don't have as many fields and stadiums around. And this marks a fantastic investment in markets across this country that benefits not just our clubs and the fans in the stands, but the communities that use these facilities day in and day out. And Minister Solomon said it there, you know, this has been a startup. We are entrepreneurs. And Christina Litz, our president, said it beautifully at an event this morning. It's just been about getting that next yes, and not paying attention to the no's. And it is so meaningful and symbolic and impactful that we got multiple yeses here across regional economic development agencies, and a big yes from the federal government that they believe in what we're doing. And please know that the Northern Super League and women's pro sport here, I'm going to go ahead and speak for our other colleagues in the other women's pro sports, we are here to invest in Canada, get more capital into Canada, and grow this business in Canada. So thank you, everyone, again. Thank you, Minister Joly, Minister Solomon, Minister Robertson, and Secretary of Sport Van Koeverden for coming today. And with that, I will bring it to a close. Thank you.